Hey now.
Hey y'all.
Ow, girl. Ow. Yes,
Hey.
producer. Come on.
Making my first appearance in the Divas Den, y'all. And I'm excited to be here.
I can tell.
Girl, can you? I'm screaming. All right.
Hey guys, as you know, we are doing another installment of In the Divas Den. First and foremost, before we kick things off, I just want you guys to send some love and some air hugs and everything like that to our girl Precious. She's a little under the weather. She does not have COVID, so don't start that shit. She's fine, but just send her, your love. Just give her a couple hearts. Go to our social media and just let her know that we're all here for her. So we have our lovely producer Kayla stepping in today. She's so while we dish and get into all the craziness that's going on, but before we do that, I got to check in. I always do that at the beginning of the show, making sure everybody's okay while we're on lockdown. So Kayla, how you feeling, girl?
Girl, I'm feeling good, girl. Good. A little nervous, but I'm feeling good.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. We just having a conversation. Don't pay attention to anything. It's just me and you, girl. Me and you, girl. But first and foremost, we just got to start out because we got a lot to talk about today. We got to get all of this information before we get to the good stuff. Mm-hmm. But we have to talk about, girl, these protests that are going on. And I mean, I would love to hear various people's opinions on what is happening or how they feel about it, because I mean, essentially the people that are protesting are not essential workers.
Right.
And these people who want to protest are just simply saying like, hey, we want to go back to work. Like, they don't even want to go back to work. They just want their stuff back. Like they want their massages. They want to go golfing. They want to do stuff that isn't really important right now, I guess I should say, for lack of better words. And being as though you're essential, you are still working. I mean, I definitely know that you said that they cut your hours, but you're still working, girl. So, I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about people who are just all of a sudden deciding that they want to just up and protest?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, everybody has their right to their opinion. If that's what these people want to do, by all means, be out here looking crazy. But trust and believe me, more than likely, you're going to have COVID.
Right.
And you're going to keep passing it on. Stay back.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the biggest thing that, we really have to consider is just like, okay, yeah, you guys may want to go back to how life was before. You may want to sit here and say like, oh, well, we want to do what we did before. We want to go get our hair done. But does that really matter when there are thousands and thousands of people that are dying,
Exactly. And I mean, you're getting your hair done, but where are you going? I mean, let's be real. You want your manicure, but who are you showing your nails off to?
Period. Just to sit in the house and look crazy. I mean, as you can see, I don't have anything. This is all me today, y'all.
Yes, natural.
Yes, girl. Look. Key Essential said, not today.
Not today.
But look, like I'm willing to make that sacrifice to know that my friends and family are healthy and they're safe, and I'm not having to get a phone call of, oh, I'm sick, or oh, I'm not feeling well, or oh, such and such has passed away. Like this is bigger than you getting your massage or you getting, your golf time or whatever. Like, can you please try to have a little bit of a heart? Like just a little bit.
Hello. Before there was Fantastic Sam's, there was bowl cuts. So get into it.
Yes, bowl cuts.
Get into it.
And then the other thing that we got to talk about is how Georgia thinks that it's okay to go ahead and open up. But the crazy thing is they're opening up like beauty salons and, like barbershops and things like that, like things that they are, I guess, classifying essential now. But my thing is we opened those up. We still ain't going nowhere. Where we going?
Girl. Ain't no restaurants open. What is open? I mean, it's like takeout, delivery. We're not sitting down. We're not dining.
And
We don't
then
have time.
this is my question. Okay, so say we sit here and we open up these businesses. How are we supposed to social distance? What protocols and procedures are going to be put in place that we don't, raise these numbers? Because as I see it, it's going to be a cluster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? A clusterfuck.
Yeah.
It's going to get crazy. People are going to get sick, and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to get a lot worse before it gets any better because they're so worried about, the economy, the economy, the economy, the economy. No, you're just worried about trying to make money right now, baby. You're not worried about your people.
No.
At all. And
Not at all.
I mean, if I'm lying, let me know. Like this is an interactive show. If y'all feel a certain type of way, if you feel differently, let us know. But I just don't understand. And if someone could break it down to me of like how we're supposed to go back to normal when we don't even have a vaccine yet for this.
Hello, it's about 18 months out. I mean, this is our new normal, and it's time for people to wake up and realize that. I'm sorry you can't get your hair cut and trimmed. I'm sorry you can't go to what's that club called that them girls was at? I can't think of it right now. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Ain't no clubs open, ain't no bars open. So just stay home, protect yourself, protect your family. That's what's important. I mean, we only get one life, as cliche as that sounds, but we only get one life. So just stay at home.
Period. And I think that a lot of people they're so far removed from the situation because they may not have had anyone in their family pass away or be affected by COVID. So they're just like, oh, this is a farce. We need to just go ahead and take risks. Like Dan Patrick, he believes as though, oh, well, we just need to go ahead and just send some people out. And if they get sick or if something happens to them, then we're just going to volunteer them as tribute. And it is what it is. But as long as we can get this community, up and running again. No, like this is not the Hunger Games. Like,
no.
What?
And I'm not volunteering for tribute.
Hello. And we're at this time, we need so much leadership. We are looking for someone to help us, and say like, hey, this is what we need to do. This is what you guys need to do. I understand you're frustrated. A lot of you are just going through it right now, but we really need you guys to just sit down, because as soon as this opens and as soon as somebody gets a little tickle in their throat, they're going to run right to where? The emergency room. And now the emergency room is legit, populated, and it's just going to be crazy. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, girl, whatever. What do we know?
We know nothing. Duh. We're the minority, not the majority.
My black ass isn't going anywhere.
I'm safe. These four walls.
Open up these hair salons if you want to, these barbershops, these bowling alleys, these, movie theaters where everybody's going to be on top of each other, not practicing social distances if you want to. But guess what? Where am I going to be? Right where I am now. You see it.
Get into it.
But anyway, to get off this topic, because I mean, we bombard people enough with COVID. I get tired of hearing about it. We need to get to the good stuff anyway. Baby, did you see that damn battle between Teddy Riley and Babyface?
Girl, did I see it? Or was Teddy like this? Oh, y'all, I think you want to pin it. Yo, Babyface, pin it. Girl. Did I see it?
Girl, shout out to our uncles because they legit. They tried, baby. They tried. They got on, this here internet. And I mean, Babyface was here for it. He was good to go once again. I saw the subtle shade with the candles lit and the Grammys in the background. And I'm like, okay, we see what you're doing. Teddy just still could not get it together. And you would think that after time has passed and after he was dragged on social media that he would be on top of it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, Teddy Graham. He just couldn't get it together with his crooked phone and, his Boost Mobile where you at. He needed somebody to help him the whole entire thing.
The whole entire time.
He kept freezing, audio going in and out. Sir, I can't even enjoy your bops because your phone done bopped out.
And like Precious said, Teddy lost when he left his keyboard. Like, I mean, I will say this. if anything, this has showed that Teddy is a really good producer because he can definitely create a bop, and Babyface is a phenomenal songwriter. Because I mean, it just seems like whatever song that he hit us with, people were like, "Yo!" And he didn't even open up his full catalog. You know, he would open up his full catalog to some of the other people that he has written for.
John B.
Madonna. Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, you know what? We could have even dropped the whole "Waiting to Exhale" album. Boom.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Boom. So I mean, I'm here for the battle. It was cute, but in my opinion, Babyface won. Babyface definitely won.
I would have to agree.
Bloop,
Drops
bloop.
the mic. Drops the mic. He won.
And I think it just kind of depends on like what your style of music is. Like if you're here for the bop bop bop, the hip hop twirl, all that stuff like that. Of course, you're gonna be all pro Teddy. But I mean, to me, Babyface, his songs are timeless. Like it doesn't matter. You could still drop those songs, and people gonna be like, yes. Once he dropped, "Can We Talk?"
Girl, was I the girl in the music video? Hello, I was.
It was over. It was done. Kaput. Sorry, we were not here for you.
No. Instead of "Can we talk? Can we end this?" How about that?
Hello. And another little announcement that we got to make before we get into the whole TV segment, honey, because we got to get y'all together. So, did y'all hear that the little boy from This Is Us? I think his name is Niles Fitch. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a teenager, Randall, and This Is Us on NBC. Right. But we just found out that he's going to be our first Black Prince on for the Disney universe. So I'm like, okay. He's a cute little boy. I'm here for him. I didn't really understand what the show was supposed to be about, and I'm like, I really don't care at this moment. I'm just happy to see, a cute Prince. He's giving me everything that I need. I'm completely here for him. But I think the movie or show or whatever it is going to be released on Disney Plus. Is that right?
I think so.
Girl, you said I'm not even interested.
Because what's the story? I'm always here for Disney, but what is the story? I mean, we have never ever had a Black Prince, so to hear this is like, wow, okay, but what's the storyline? Can you keep me interested? But I'm here for it because he's Black, and as Black people, we have to support our Black artists. Period.
Hello. And then on top of that, I'm here for it because I don't think he's going to be an animal for 90% of whatever the show is going to be or movie, because Princess Tiana was a frog for 92% of the movie, and then they're coming out with this movie called Soul or something like that, and he's technically going to be some like little gobbly, like gooky slime looking character. Not here for it.
No,
not here for it.
Sorry, Jamie.
I'm gonna need a whole human being. So kudos to him, congrats to him. I'm happy for him. Just make sure you keep those checks coming, boo boo. Make sure you keep those checks.
Money.
So, girl, we gotta talk about TV. We gotta talk about TV.
Yes, girl, don't we?
Girl. Now, because we talked about this shortly before we came on, and we just watched the episode. Y'all, little fires everywhere.
Ooh. If y'all watch nothing else during this quarantine, please watch this. Please, if you don't have Hulu, invest in Hulu. It's only like $8. I know money's tight, but it's $8. I know you got 10. You got 10. So come on, invest.
I mean, the one thing that I will say about this show, it is so well written.
Yes.
And it has so many levels to it. You're dealing with the mother dynamic, the children dynamic, the poor, rich, Black, white, 90s verse. I mean, there's so much to it that like this show can legitimately be dissected into so many different parts, relationship aspect, what would you do aspect. And I definitely don't want to, drop any spoilers here or anything like that. But every episode, every single week gives you something that you need,
Yes.
And it's just everything that you could ask for in a show. I mean, there's just so much drama. You get the laughs, you get the crying. Like, I can't say enough about this show. And if y'all have not watched it yet, you are legit doing yourself a disservice.
Please watch it, please. And come award season, if I don't hear Kerry Washington or Reese Witherspoon's name, there's gonna be problems.
Girl, all types of problems. I mean, and the thing is, it's just, it's so easy to get hooked to it because you can relate to some sort of character in there or some sort of instance, just like even in the beginning episode of Reese Witherspoon being that nebby, nosy person who won't just let people be great. Like, Kerry Washington's character was minding her own business, and then here you come trying to be the white savior, and now you ended up just blowing this woman's world completely out of order as well as your own, and it's oh my gosh, like
it's a really good show. If anything, it's now made me want to buy the book and read the book. And I really have become a fan and definitely fangirling because that season finale, I'm just like, no, there's gotta be more. Exactly. What am I gonna do?
Exactly. And I mean, the kids did a good job, of course. And this is one role where I've seen Reese in that she didn't give me Legally Blonde. Like there was touches of it, but when you start seeing her world spiraling out of control and the breakdown, like she legit showed why she is an actress. And I'm here for it. Period.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if y'all haven't seen it, please make sure you do. Because like I said, they now that they released all the seasons, it's just an easy, quick binge that you guys can watch. But I'm completely here for it. And the other show that we watched.
$8.
Who?
$8.
Girl, would you stop it? Money's a little tight right now. But the other show that we watch, honey, we are here for some damn Insecure.
Girl. Insecure. What can I say about Insecure? Season 4 has started off with a definite big bang. And I mean definite big bang. Let's talk about Molly, though, without giving away any spoilers.
One thing I will say about Molly shows that sometimes you outgrow your friends, or you have friends for different reasons in different stages in your life,
Exactly.
She's definitely showing examples that she's having a hard time with seeing her other friends blossom or move on.
Mm-hmm.
So then she starts showing like little bits of jealousy or shade. And I feel like typically friends only do that when they're scared of who you're becoming, because you're not that old friend that they're used to having, or you're not, not to say below them, but they're not like the little kitty friend that you're used to coming to their rescue all the time,
Right. I agree. Everything you pretty much said, I agree with for sure. Like you said, there are friends for different stages in your life. Some people you've known for years, like us. Some people for a shorter amount of time, but people come into your life for a reason. And I feel like Molly is definitely struggling this season and perhaps the seasons previous, but I can't wait to see what what happens.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because things are going to get a little crazy. So if y'all haven't watched Insecure, you still got time. It's only 2 episodes, 30 minutes. Go ahead and binge watch it. If you've never watched it before, once again, it gives you all the blackness that you need. It's hilarious. It causes conversations. There's a lot of situations of where you would ask yourself, like, am I this friend? Would I do this? Or am I in this type of relationship? So get into it. Good TV. And one of the other things, honorable mentions.
Yes.
Been watching my 600-pound life. Got to start there. There's not much to say about that other than the simple fact of like, if we don't get our stuff together and stop eating, we're all going to head down that road and see Dr. Now at some point.
Exactly. Where he will enter the room and say, how y'all doing?
How you doing? And then, of course, I mean, you got me back into the whole Ratchet TV scene because I left that alone a long time ago. But you can go ahead and let the people know what you've been watching and what kind of craziness you done got me hooked into again.
Loving hip hop, girl. Loving hip hop. Atlanta, to be exact, is playing right now, and it's just as messy as always. I think, I don't know if this was this week's episode or the previous week, but basically, Scrap's sister or half sister, Cheyenne, she ends up in this relationship for 2 years, I think she explains, with this guy named Shooter, who is Sierra's baby's dad. And come to find out, she's been a side chick the whole entire time. So girl is like talking to her brother, like, yeah, that's my man. We're public now, blah, blah, blah. Homeboy pulls up with a whole nother chick. And she over there looking stupid, talking about, who is this? No, man, who are you? This is my man. I don't know who you are.
Listen, if you just want mindless television where you don't have to think,
no,
this is it. This is it. I can't even believe you wrote me back into this because I'm just like, this is so messy. But what else I got to do? I might as well go ahead and watch it and enjoy people just mess up their own lives, you know.
Mess it up.
Mm-hmm. But of course we have to move on because we are pressed for time. So I want to introduce my sister-in-law, my natural hair goddess, my queen, to the show. If you guys have not heard about her before, I'm always sharing her stuff. She goes under the name Key Essentials. She's who takes care of my natural hair. And baby, let me tell you something. Hey, homegirl got length. Thanks to her. So please welcome to the show, Miss Chiquita Steele.
Hello. How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Maintaining in this quarantine life.
Girl. So let us know, what can we do during this time, because a lot of people are freaking out. Of course, like we saw the signs, people want to get back to their hairdressers. They don't know what to do with their hair. I'm one of those people. Like, I'm surprised I put this together. But yeah, girl, I'm trying.
Proud of you.
So what can people do during this time to make sure that they are not messing up their natural tresses?
Well, first and foremost, don't stress, because those who don't know, stress will take your hair out.
You ain't never lied about that.
Right. And this is a stressful time for all of us. So the first part is to maintain your stress level. The second part is making sure that you're eating right and getting plenty of water during this time, because that also feeds your natural tresses. Mm-hmm. That is the basic. Those are the roots to healthy hair. Okay?
Okay, girl.
Yes. So then you want to also have your regimen, making sure you're cleansing your scalp. You want to wash your hair maybe about every 7 to 10 days to keep it cleansed, and do low tension styling. And then wear hair wraps, because where are we going? We're not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
Stylish. I'm back for it.
And speaking of that, when it comes to, cleansing your hair and stuff like that, I hear a lot of myths. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of talk on social media about what to use or what not to use, what people have been using, what works for them. And the biggest topic the number.
Ooh. Oh no.
You froze, girl.
That, it's good for them. And I heard people say that it didn't do anything for their hair.
Okay, so the rice water debate. Where do I start with this? Okay, first and foremost, please consult with your professional when it comes to your hair and what will be the best for your hair, and stop following these YouTube beauticians. First, rice water. Okay, so there's no scientific proof that rice water makes your hair grow faster. For example, your genetics determine the growth of your hair. So from the time you was born, that sets the stage of how much hair and how fast your hair will grow. First and foremost, rice water, if anything, will help kind of maintain it, because it has minerals and amino acids in it, to where it silkens out the cuticle of the hair to maintain whatever you grow. But there's no guarantee. It's not I grow my hair fast type of situation. Mm-hmm. So I'm not a fan of it. I stick to what works and I go from there. But its own, you may try it, but it's not a guarantee to make your hair grow.
Okay. And then what about aloe? Because I see a lot of people say that they use aloe for their hair. Is that something that's, good for your curls, or not really?
It is. Okay. You can do good wash and goes, or say wash define and goes with aloe gel. It's good for moisture, but Honestly, I would say get some good quality products, especially from your stylist, because this is also a good time to endorse and support your small businesses.
Bingo.
I got you.
Oh, hello. Go ahead and drop that right there.
Especially if you have someone caring for your hair on a regular basis, you want to keep using what they're using. So by the time you get back in their chair, it's not a lot of work to get your hair back to where it was before you left.
Okay. Okay.
Sense.
So then things like trims, because we know that we've probably been on lockdown for at least a month now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, how often should you get trims? And if you haven't had a trim, should you try to trim?
No, leave it to the professionals because you don't know what you're trimming.
Okay.
And depending on how often you style your hair, I would say at least get a trim every 8 to about 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever your last trim was, and considering we're going to be in this quarantine for a while, when you get back into your stylist chair, you're going to need the works. I'm talking about treatments, trim, getting that hair back to a healthy state, depending on how you've been caring for it while in quarantine.
Okay. Okay. And then what type of products would you suggest people to try? Like, I'm somebody where this is new for me because, I wear wigs a lot, you know? So when I go into a hair store, I'm overwhelmed because I don't know what product to get.
Girl, I'm overwhelmed too. I hate going in the hair store and I'm a professional. I hate it. It's too much. I don't like butter anyway. But I stick to Design Essentials, which is a professional product line, and I've known it to work on a numerous amount of clients with different types of hair care needs. I also use Influence Hair Care, which I love because it's another professional line, but you can only get that online or from your stylist. I have that if you need it. Which also works very well. I'm not a fan of Cantu. That stuff really doesn't penetrate the hair very well, and it sits on it. And I've noticed it will cause buildup. I'm not a fan of Shea Moisture either.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm not.
Okay. No, why not?
Well, from what I know, like I said, it sits on the hair. And if it sits on the hair, it's not really penetrating the hair cuticle. So you're not really benefit from it. And most people think, oh, it made my hair feel soft, but actually it's creating a coating. So that's a trick. So when you go to wash your hair, that is the true test whether your strands are maintaining the moisture or not, or you have an adequate moisture balance in your hair. So I'm not a fan of that at all.
So I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Cantu out. I already failed the test.
And please check your products too, because there is an expiration date. I've had people to say, "Oh, I had this on my product." Well, when did you buy it? Oh, back in 2010, ma'am. Put it out. It's not working no more.
Okay, so then Kayla had a really good question about celebrity natural hair care lines. How do you feel about those?
Okay, so I had the pleasure to use Tracy Ellis Ross, the pattern, or a pattern. Is it called a pattern?
I think it's a pattern.
It is the pattern. I don't know why that sounds like a show. But anyways, I used it and I was pleased with it. It was very rich and moisturized, and it had a nice little light earthy scent to it. I know people complain about the price for it, but you can tell she used quality ingredients in the product. So whenever you're getting quality, of course you're going to pay more for it, but a little goes a long way. And people have gotten to a bad habit of using more product on their hair, thinking more is better, and it's not. So I've tried that, but as far as celebrities, honestly, I'm like, y'all, get your hustle on, but in the same sense, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I feel that way. Just stay in your lane.
Okay, girl. Okay, girl. You said you're acting.
For those who don't even wear their natural hair out, they tend to wear wigs. So what are we doing?
True.
Speaking of that, what about Kenya Moore's products that are sold at Sally's where Black people don't really frequent?
Y'all, I like Sally's. And I'm gonna tell you what, from a professional standpoint, is because one, Sally's inventory is smaller and they tend to rotate their shelf, so you know you're getting fresh product. Versus a beauty supply store where if you have professional product lines in there, the average Joe is not going to purchase that because of the price of it. So it sits on the shelf and it's not getting rotated. So more than likely, if someone was to buy a product out of there, it's going to be old. And I know with Sally's, they rotate it out. That's why they have such great sales. As far as Kenya Moore products, I am curious to try to see, because I know people talk trash that she wears a wig, but Kenya Moore actually has hair. Like chick got hair and it's nice. So I'm curious, but yeah, I like Sally's. I don't know. It's
Girl, you the only one.
I mean, if you go for like your trinkets and your makeup and your weave and stuff, yes, go to a regular beauty supply store. But for like quality hair care products, I would say go to Sally's.
Okay. Well, okay. And we actually have a show.
Say that again. Also, how many times a month should a man wash his hair? I didn't know there was a difference between man hair and women hair, but you wash it every 7 to 10 days. Not only that, especially if you're working out a little bit more frequent because of the sweat and the salt. It's the same.
You're so shady. Anyway, so you got your girl Sheila over there, or was that her name, Sheila?
This is Sheila.
Yeah. Okay.
This is our model.
Help us out, especially like people like me. Help us figure out a good style that they can wear during quarantine until we can get back to you. Okay, so one thing's for sure, you want to make sure that you're cleansing your scalp and your hair. And there is a proper way to actually there's a proper way to shampoo your hair. A lot of people are doing it wrong, which can create more damage than good. Remember, when you're shampooing, shampoo goes on the scalp, conditioner goes on the hair.
Didn't know that. Major key. Another one.
Okay. Major key. So also with shampooing, with it staying to the scalp, I'm going to show you something real quick. So, you put it on, you emulsify it in your hands, and you're going to do this. Never use your nails, because what happens if you use your nails, you create small scratches on the scalp. And a lot of people don't realize they don't clean underneath their nails, and you can deposit bacteria into your scalp, which can cause other problems. So use the pads of your fingertips to shampoo your hair. You don't want to actually run it through the hair, because when you rinse it, the shampoo will go down the length of the hair, and that's going to cleanse it.
Okay.
Okay. When you're applying conditioner, you apply it to the ends of the hair first, because this is the oldest and the most fragile part. So you want to make sure the conditioner gets here first, and then work your way up to the roots. But do not put it on the scalp, because what you don't want to create is build up on the scalp.
Girl.
Child, where have you been in my life?
Girl, yeah.
Wait a minute. I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
You want to be as gentle as you can through this process. So all this vigorous motions, not only are you creating more tangles and knots, but you're also damaging the hair. And it also depends, because if you have finer strands, then that means your hair is a little bit more easier to break. So you want to be gentle. And if you have a lot of hair, work in smaller sections.
Now that part I did know. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of easy styles you can do during the quarantine. You want to do low maintenance, low tension styles. And one of my favorite go-to is the 2 braids or the crown braid. If you have a tough time doing the crown braid, you can part your hair in 4 sections and do plaits. So you know how you do 1 plait, and then you grab the end of that plait and then plait it into the rest. And that's kind of like the makeshift crown braid. Okay. If you can't braid, hold on, let me stand up a little bit. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Hi, Sheila. This is Sheila, y'all. She is joining us today. And always use a wide tooth comb. I'm about to do a little endorsement here. They're not paying me, but it's a great tool to have on hand. But if you're familiar with Felicia Leatherwood, she's the one that actually does Issa Rae hair. She came out with a brush, and it is the detangler brush, and it moves. So you can see that the teeth moves, and it's designed to move with your curls without causing any extra breakage. So when you're detangling, you always start from the ends and work your way up to the roots. As so. And when I tell you this brush is the bomb, whoo, honey, check. Girl, I want a chick. So for those who are, not efficient with braiding, instead of braiding, what you can do is kind of do like a roll twist. So you take the hair and then you just roll it into itself. And you can do 2 sections. and you roll it to the back and secure it with a bobby pin. Okay. If you are a little bit more savvy, you can do the crown braid. And I always say use small pieces. So you're going to guide small pieces into the big braid. Do not try to grab a bunch of hair, because then you'll become overwhelmed and impatient, and then you're going to end up tearing up your hair. So you want to create that braid and making sure that those strands are separate, because a lot of people don't corn roll properly. And then, you can secure it with a pin. You can also do 2-strand twists, 2 sections of hair. Make sure that you don't have crosshairs, because when you go to untwist it, that can cause breakage too. So you take a small section, or depending on how much hair you have, you might take huge sections and then twist it. And then later on, if you want to feel fly one day, you can untwist it and wear it out. So, you twist as you go all the way down to the end of the strand. Can y'all see me?
Yes, girl.
I love it.
Go all the way down to the end of the strand. And I tend to use like lighter products when it comes to twisting, like mousse. And it also depends on your hair type, which will work better. And then you can just wear it like that. And then you can actually pin this up in different styles. So I would say, like, play along with it.
Girl, I'm so
no
happy.
ponytails. No ponytails either. And if you have a weave, my ladies, if you have a weave from the last time you seen your stylist, please remove it. Detangle and shampoo your hair, please.
Okay. Not to please. Now, for people who may have locks, what can they do during this time?
Cleanse their locks. Shampoo them like on the regular 7 to 10 days. You can use like a light leave-in, something that's not going to be too heavy or cause buildup in your locks either. Let them air dry, and make sure you separate the sections gently, because sometimes, depending on the hair type, the strands will cross each other, which will cause later on, if we have to separate them, little damage to it, because either we have to cut it or kind of pull it apart gently.
Okay, girl, you didn't put me on to something. I'm still on the shampoo and conditioner part.
Thank you, because I'm washing my hair wrong.
Yes.
I got to throw out my Cantu. I got to wash my hair right. Girl.
And it's like, once you learn it, you'll get better at it. Because I know a lot of people are intimidated by their own hair, but don't be intimidated. It's like taking care of anything else on your body, like your teeth, washing your body, lotioning it, cleansing your face, all of that. Moisturize. Got to do it too.
All right. Well, girl,
I've just been collected.
Right. Ooh, and girl, well, thank you so much. I mean, I know I learned a lot. Kayla, how do you feel?
Girl, I'm feeling dumb. Like, I got the cap on. Like, what?
Don't.
You don't do all that? That makes sense. Like, I just learned so much.
You want to do this motion. You want to do this motion.
Okay.
Remember that.
Because this also helps elongate your curls without causing any tangles. So you want to do this motion. And for me, because I have a high density, I do my hair in sections when I wash it. So it helps keep the strands stretched out, so I won't have to detangle as much after the fact either.
Okay.
And another quick trip, if you want to style your hair, you can already section it in kind of like your blueprint for your style, shampoo and condition it that way, and proceed from there. Oh, okay.
So then what about those people who use like the little packet conditioner, the little conditioner packs? Sorry. Sorry.
Girl, that is the trash. That's the trash. Right.
Okay. So don't use Cantu. Don't use Shea Moisture. Don't use the packet conditioners. So then if somebody is concerned about their breakage or damage and they can't get to a stylist as of yet, what can they do?
All the things I've said.
Right. Like, hello, she just went through it.
That a blueprint for.
But will that get their growth going? Like, should they take any vitamins or anything like that?
Okay, so with the vitamins supplement whatever you're missing. So if you're not eating a balanced meal, that's what vitamins are for, to supplement what you are missing. They're not going to make your hair grow any faster. Like I said, your hair growth is predetermined by your genetics. Now, people's like, well, and then also there's hair growth phases, times and periods, and you can only grow a maximum of 6 inches in a year. What people are failing to realize is they'll say, my hair is not growing. Your hair is growing, but you're not maintaining what you're growing based off your regimen and how you're styling your hair. So it's going to take about 2 years to get some good length on your hair.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I am woke AF.
So I'm doing everything wrong.
Everything.
All
right. Okay.
I'm in shambles over here. Like, oh,
I don't know what to do with my life.
Don't be in shambles. Make sure you drink your water. Keep your water up, because I'm telling you, this topic, like when I tell you, I have notes on top of notes and books of just studying by myself to make sure that I'm on top of my game in this industry and making sure I'm providing natural hair care, not just styling your hair. Yes, I can style your hair beautifully, but what is a beautiful style on some damaged hair? So my big factor is I need to get your hair healthy, and then we can get really wild with these styles.
Hey now. Well, as we said before, listen, if you're trying to get in contact with Miss Chiquita Steele, you can follow her there.
And yes, so follow.
And Chiquita, what could we do to help your business in the meantime? Because you're a small business, you've been affected by COVID. What is something that we can do?
For right now, I do have products available. So if you're interested in any of the products that I use in my salon, you can email me and I can get those to you. And I tend to personally deliver those. Also, I do have electronic gift cards. So if you do plan on coming to see me, you can go ahead and purchase a gift card for later use, or have a loved one purchase one for you, and you can come and sit in my chair.
And do it, because you're not washing your hair right. So buy it.
I want to educate.
Hello.
Well, Chiquita, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time to step into the Divas Den, you and Sheila.
Girl, wait a minute, Sheila.
Sheila.
Make sure you kiss my little nugget for me.
I will.
Goodness. Thank you, girl. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
And of course, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're so appreciative of everyone who took the time to stop and just watch our show. Be sure to make sure to follow us in the Den on Facebook, in the Divas Den TV on Instagram. We're actually going to put up a replay of this on our Instagram and on YouTube. So if there was any information that you may have missed or some information that you would like to hear again, you can see it there. If you have any other questions, please be sure to reach out to Chiquita at her email. If you need that information, reach out to me, and make sure you follow me at SoFab Kim. Kayla, where can they follow you at? Or
K_stars.
With a Z. Hey now.
With two Z's.
And as always, guys, we will be back next week. I'm pretty sure there will be more foolishness that is going to happen in this world, and we will, be here to talk about it. And as always, please make sure to give our love to Precious.
Precious!
We love you, girl. Get better.
Yes.
So you can come back into the Divas Den. All right? All right. Kayla, any last words, girl?
No, thank you so much for having me. And again,
why are you yelling?
I don't know why I'm yelling. Dang.
Why you yelling? Thank you. Thank you for coming into the Divas Den. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, guys.